This movie is so visually beautiful to look at. Let's do it. Crimson Peak opens up in 1887, and we meet this young Edith Cushing, and she is visited by the ghost of her mother who tells her, beware of Crimson Peak. Jump to 1901, Edith is now a young woman, and she's an aspiring author, but she likes to write horror stories, which women aren't supposed to do at this time. We learn that her dad is super fucking rich, and one day Edith meets Sir Thomas Sharp and his sister Lucille. So Thomas goes to Mr. Cushing to make a business proposal because he wants him to invest in this new invention that he created. Mr. Cushing pretty much hates him immediately. He's like, you have soft hands, you're a weak man. But much to her father's dismay, Edith begins to fall in love with Thomas. He tells her, like, Thomas sucks, I want you to marry Alan, he's cool. She's like, Daddy, I love him. So he hires a private investigator to dig into Thomas's past. But the private investigator finds something. We don't figure out what it is yet, but Edith's father confronts Thomas. So he bribes Thomas to leave America, and before he does so, forces him to break my daughter's heart. So Thomas does just that, but he goes really far with it and like calls her a shit author, basically. Like, that was unnecessary. Not long after, Thomas writes Edith a letter explaining why he said what he said, and the two of them make up. Then, not long after that, Mr. Cushing is brutally murdered by an unseen person in his bathroom one day. So Thomas comforts Edith and is basically like, well, I guess I'm all you have now, and the two of them get married. He takes Edith to Allerdale Hall, which is their family's mansion that is like completely falling apart. Upon getting there, he introduces Edith to one of his staff as my wife, and he's like, yeah, I know, you've been married for a long time. And Edith's like, what the fuck? And Thomas is like, ignore him, he's crazy. Lucille starts to give Edith this tea that is made with these specific berries that grow on the land. And though Edith says it's bitter, she drinks it. Meanwhile, Thomas is trying to persuade Edith to put her father's fortune that he left to her towards his invention that he was trying to get her father to invest in. So yeah, at this point, it's become obvious that these two are up to no good. Edith gets kind of thrown off when Thomas doesn't spend the nights with her, and like they haven't even done it yet after getting married. She starts to have these really strange nightmares and see these weird red ghostly figures around the mansion. One of them leads her to this chest one day where she sees the name Enola engraved in. Obviously, anytime she tries to tell Thomas what's going on, he thinks she's fucking crazy. And then he refers to the mansion as Crimson Peak, and Edith is like, what the fuck? It turns out this mansion is built on top of a clay mine and is sinking into it. So in the winter, when you step in the snow, it turns red because of the clay beneath it. So they've nicknamed it Crimson Peak. Edith has been told twice now, once as a child and once in the mansion, beware of Crimson Peak. One day, Edith gets this letter addressed to E. Sharp, so she assumes that it's for her. Eventually, Thomas finally spends the night with her, and the two of them do it. Lucille questions her about this the next day and literally freaks the fuck out, and Edith is like, why are you so mad? He's my husband. Like, that's what people do. This whole time, Lucille has still been feeding Edith this tea. Now, it was made clear from the beginning that Edith does not have a set of keys to the house. She ends up stealing Lucille's keys, and she sees that one of them has the inscription Enola on it. She goes to that chest that had that name on it and opens it, and what she finds inside is very disturbing because she finds evidence that Thomas has previously married 3 wealthy women who all died. One of them was Enola, who that letter from earlier was actually addressed to. This is what her father had found out earlier that he used to blackmail them into leaving and breaking Edith's heart. Edith now understands that they have been poisoning her with this tea. It's all part of this like murder scheme that they are using to fund Thomas's lame-ass inventions. So Edith goes to confront these two bitches and she finds them doing it. Lucille ends up pushing Edith off of a balcony and she falls to the snow below. Meanwhile, we see that back at Edith's home, Alan has also uncovered the truth about the Sharps and the whole marriage and murder schemes. He also finds out that Lucille has spent quite a bit of time in mental institutions. So he goes to the mansion to get Edith and bring her back home, but as they're trying to leave, Lucille stabs him. Lucille gives the knife to Thomas and is like, okay, go finish him off. Thomas instead stabs Alan in a non-fatal area in front of his sister and then hides him down in the cellar. Even Thomas at this point is like, this bitch is crazy. Lucille then corners Edith and forces her to sign something that would transfer all of her estate over to them. Lucille also reveals to Edith that she is the one that killed Thomas's past wives. So Edith understands that the ghosts that she has been seeing are Thomas's past wives trying to warn her. It's also revealed that she's the one that killed Edith's father. Edith is like, so you guys aren't brother and sister. Lucille's like, oh no, we are. Ugh. And it turns out that Lucille murdered their father and then also murdered their mother when she found out that they were having a relationship. As she's distracted, Edith stabs Lucille with the pen and makes a run for it, and she runs into Thomas. He tells Edith, "I'm so sorry. I have truly fallen in love with you. I'm gonna try and fix this." He burns the document that Edith just signed and tells Lucille, like, "I love her, like, let's move on and live a new life." Lucille is obviously like, absolutely fucking not, and she stabs Thomas in a fit of rage and kills him. So Edith again makes a run for it, and Lucille proceeds to chase her with a meat cleaver. Lucille is distracted when Thomas's ghost suddenly appears in front of her, and that allows Edith to get the upper hand and kill Lucille. Edith looks at Thomas's ghost, kind of saying thank you and goodbye, and he fades away. We see that Alan survived as well and is still hiding in the cellar, and he and Edith make it out alive. The final shot we get is Lucille, now a ghost, who is doomed to stay in Crimson Peak for all eternity, and the movie ends.